Hello and welcome to a brand new video. So today you join me for Premier League Game Week 13 predictions. That is right. So in this game week we have a team that has recently sacked a manager. We have a London derby clash, Spurs versus Fulham, and also the big one, title clash, Liverpool versus Man City. So come and join me guys for today's video where I talk about each side, go through the game and then give my prediction at the end of that conversation. So like today's video guys, hello boys, it's probably not ready. Without further ado man, let's begin. First up we have Brighton versus Southampton. Brighton beat Bournemouth 2-1, which puts them 5th in the Premier League table, okay. Brighton man, they are a tough side to beat, and fair play to them. Matoma is back on the score sheet after a while, okay. Last season, the year before that, he had a cracking season. Not being as good this season, but he's on the score sheet because when Matoma is fit, he's a very solid player, okay. So yeah, Brighton sit in 5th place, okay. They put up Evan Ferguson on loan, so teams in January can come and sign him. So that's a big signing right there for any team. But anyway, they're up against Southampton, who had a very good game against Liverpool, but they lost 3-2. Fairly decent game from Southampton, okay. They battled, they competed, and that is the main thing, okay. But they still sit bottom on the table with 4 points. But you know what? Losing 3-2 to Liverpool, that is not a bad result, okay. You know, they did battle, like I said, and yeah, I think that'll give them some confidence going into this game. But this game will only go one way for me, guys, okay. So this game will go Brighton win. That as well. I got Brighton to beat Southampton 2-0. This next game is Brentford versus Leicester. That is right. Brentford drew 0-0 to Everton at the weekend. A fairly decent point for Brentford, okay. They do sit in 11th place, but they've drawn 2 in their last 2 games, so better than losing, right, okay. But yeah, so fair play to them. Got a point on the board right there. They're up against Leicester, who lost 2-1 to Chelsea and their old enemy, well, their old manager, Enzo Maresca. That is right. But the big news is Steve Cooper has been sacked, okay. Personally, he is such a nice bloke, okay. Such a nice bloke. But unfortunately, it just didn't work out for Leicester, okay. A lot of players had an argument during training sessions with him. A lot of Vardy called out his tactics. Vestergaard called out his tactics. A lot of players, you know, called him out on the way he plays and stuff like that. Anyway, last night, on Saturday night, Cooper got sacked on Sunday, but night before, the Leicester players went to Germany to have a party, okay. So unfortunately guys, if you're a Leicester fan, Cooper did lose the dressing room, okay, from that point on. So yeah, so now they're looking for a new manager. Ruud Van Nistelrooy is apparently in there. Graham Potter is apparently in there. Carlos Carabran from West Brom is also in condition of taking over. So yeah, so you're going to be manager, guys. Personally, I want Ruud Van Nistelrooy as manager for Leicester, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, I've got this game because obviously Leicester sacked their manager. I believe they'll put up a good fight this weekend. So I've got this game, guys, to end as a 1-1 draw. Next up we have Crystal Palace versus Newcastle. Palace drew 2-2 to Aston Villa at the weekend. A fairly decent point for them right there, okay. But they still sit in the bottom 3. But again, they picked up a good point against a good side. So that's all you can ask for, okay. Oliver Glasner has kept his job for a little bit longer, okay, and yeah, fair play to him. Up against Newcastle, who are playing tonight against West Ham. I'm filming this on Monday, guys, because obviously it needs to go up before Friday. So anyway, so yeah, so Newcastle playing tonight, so I don't know what the result is, but if Isaac's playing this weekend as well, obviously he's in my FPL team now, and he's been on fire, so I think if they keep all their players fit for this game, they should be okay, alright? So just on that, I do have this game, guys, to end as a 2-1 win for Newcastle. Next up, we have Forest versus Ipswich Town. That is right. Forest lost 3-0 to Arsenal at the weekend, okay? But yeah, that's their biggest loss of the season so far, okay? And they have, in their last couple of games, they have lost, okay? And yeah, I think they're finally now getting back in their ways, okay. You're too big for your boots, you Forest fans. But anyway, but yeah, yeah, they lost 3-0. They're still pretty high in the table, so they're on 19 points. So a fairly decent season, man. Okay, Chris Wood was on the bench for some reason. I know he travels a long way to New Zealand, okay, for his international duty, but yeah, Chris Wood on the bench, and that was a big loss for them right there, okay. They're up against Ipswich Town, who drew 1-0 to newly manager Man United side. What a goal, by the way, by Hutchinson. Fantastic goal right there. But yeah, they're still, again, just like Palace, they do sit in the bottom 3 still. But it is so tight down the bottom 3, guys. Okay, there's literally only 2 points between 18th and 16th. So yeah, it's going to be a big season this year for this little mini league. But anyway, I do have Forest to bounce back this week. I've got Forest to beat Ipswich Town 2-0. Wolves versus Broadwell. That is right. Wolves beat Fulham 4-1, okay. In their last 4 games, listen to this, in their last 4 games, they have drew 2 and won 2 on the bounce. So Gary O'Neill is now finally getting his team to the way he wants them to play. And you know what? They played really well against Fulham, okay. And because of that, they sit at the relegation zone now on goal difference. And that was, so like I said, Wolves are too good to go down, personally. So fair play to them right there. 4-1 win against a very informed Fulham. So they can be very happy about that. Cunha is back scoring goals. He's their main threat this season, and he is back scoring goals. They're up against Bournemouth, who lost 2-1 to Brighton, okay. And they do sit in 13th place. So they have dropped down the table a little bit in the past couple of weeks. Okay, but yeah, overall they're still not a bad season. In their first 12 games, they picked up 15 points, so not bad, you know, not bad at all. So just on that, I've got this game, guys, to end as a very exciting draw. That's why I've got this game to end as a 2-2 draw. Next up, we have West Ham versus Arsenal. West Ham are playing tonight, so I can't really judge on their performance this till tonight, but I think if they lose against Newcastle tonight and they lose to Aston, I think Lopetegui will lose his job, okay. Personally, it wasn't the right man to take on the job anyway beforehand after David Moyes. But, you know, I think he's got 2 games left to prove his place, okay, because I think West Ham have been pretty poor this season, okay. They're up against Arsenal, who beat Forest 3-0. Arsenal do sit in 4th place, but 9 points behind leaders Liverpool. So, personally, I do believe Arsenal are out of the title race already, okay, and damn, we shall see what happens. But anyway, I've got this game, guys, to end as an Arsenal, and I've got Arsenal to beat West Ham 3-1. Next up, we have Chelsea versus Aston Villa. Chelsea beat Leicester 2-1 at the weekend, which puts them 3rd place, okay. They are on the same points as Arsenal, but I've got to say, Chelsea don't look a bad side at all, to be fair to them, okay. So Enzo has gone playing some magical stuff, okay. I watched him against Leicester. The way they pick out the pockets is unreal, okay. So you know what? If Chelsea keep winning these sort of games, they can actually be in there for a title race, okay, in his first season as manager for Chelsea, okay. So you know what? Chelsea are looking good this year. They're up against Aston Villa, who drew 2-2 to Palace. Villa do sit in 8th place on 19 points. So again, Villa had a great start to the season, okay, but they have backed off a little bit now. In their last 5 games, they have lost 2, drew 2 and won 1. So not a great record in their last 5 games at all. The way Chelsea are right now, I think Chelsea will beat Villa, okay. So that's why I got Chelsea to beat Villa 2-1. Next up, we have Man United versus Everton. Man United drew 1-1 to Ipswich Town, okay, with their new manager, Amarin, okay. To be fair, they didn't look that great again, but obviously it's his first game in charge after a week of taking over, so give him time, he will come good, trust me. Man United do sit in 12th place, so again, they've not had a great season, but that's because of, obviously, Ten Hag was, you know, under pressure for a while. They're up against Everton, who drew 0-0 to Brentford. Fairly decent point for Everton right there, okay. They do sit on 11 points in 15th place. So Everton are not done too bad this year, okay. Poor start to the season, but they have slowly crept up a little bit. In their last 5 games, they have lost 1, drew 3 and won 1. So not bad at all. But I do have Man United, guys, because Man United are at Old Trafford this weekend. I've got Man United to thrash Everton. That's why I've got Man United to beat Everton 3-0. Next we have Spurs versus Fulham. Spurs with a whopping 4-0 win against Man City. What a performance, by the way, on Madison Madison's birthday as well. He scored 2 cracking goals, okay, and I've got to say, he ruled the game. Spurs ruled the game, okay. Man City did not know how to handle Spurs last weekend, okay. So fair play to Spurs right there. Because of that, they have moved up to 6th place. So massive win for them right there. 4-0 against the champions Man City. Crazy good result right there. They're up against Fulham, who lost 4-1 to Wolves, okay. Fulham do sit in 10th place, so they had a good season, okay. But yeah, 4-1 against Wolves. That was a crazy result. But anyway, Fulham will come good again. Some teams have bad days, and I think Fulham's game against Wolves was a bad game. They'll put that behind them now and push on. But unfortunately, I think Spurs will be too good for Fulham, because obviously that massive win against Man City. So I've got Spurs to beat Fulham 2-0. We are down to the final game of this weekend. It is Liverpool versus Man City. Okay, so Liverpool beat Southampton 3-2 to go 8 points clear at the top of the table. So massive result right there. Mo Salah is a changed man this year, okay. I thought he was finished at Liverpool, but this year he has done super well, okay. And Ernst Slot can be proud of himself as well, because he has done a magnificent job in his first season already, okay. But yeah, they're up against Man City, who, for the first time in his career, Pep has lost 5 games on the bounce. 3 games consecutive in the Premier League, 2 games in the Cups, and obviously in the Champions League as well. So, damn, 5 defeats in a row. And to be fair, against Spurs, they looked absolutely bang average, okay. Their confidence right now is shot. But the good news is for Man City is they've got their star man back, Kevin De Bruyne. When he came on against Spurs, Man City did look much better, okay. And but yeah, 5 defeats in a row. It's top. Will Pep be sacked? You know, chance. He's just signed a 2-year deal as well to extend his stay for 2 more years. So that's a big boost for them right there. But 5 games losing streak, massive for them, okay. But anyway, just on that alone, guys, I do have Liverpool to beat Man City, okay. And that will basically confirm they are the Premier League champions after 13 games. 10 points, 11 points clear they'll be, if that is the case, okay. But anyway, I've got this game, guys, to end as a Liverpool win. Liverpool to beat Man City 3-1. And there we go then, guys. That's my Premier League Game Week 13 predictions. If you agree with any of my decisions, let me know down below in the comments. And damn, no more international breaks till March, so we are full throttle on these predictions, okay. So keep staying around for the channel, guys. And yeah, thank you for all the love and support on the channel recently. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week for a brand new video. Good and good night.